It's getting crazy out here, y'all. Stay focused. Let's go, KD. Take a look around you, look and find your way, babe. Your way, babe. Look and find your way. Yeah, take a look around you, look and find your way, babe. Look and find your way. Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the way. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Hey, you the one that say that. You and me go way back. When this whole thing over, I'ma send my invoice, pay that. You don't wanna say that. You don't want this payback. I keep my composure, this my kingdom, nigga, stay back. We had a couple of moments. You had a choice, nigga, own it. Your real colors, they showing. I'm real, nigga, I'm focused. When I come around, I'm fly with it. Stay moving, do buy with it. New sound, just vibe with it. Same truth and we die with it. I see it like it's an obstacle. I never sit on the fence. Nothing to me is impossible. Music of me to the end. Most of the shit is illogical. All of y'all niggas depend on what they pretend. Just think with your head. Stop looking at trends. You wearing your eyes like it's topical. Clearly now, the pain is gone. The fame is on. And they play my songs. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, I ain't talk is talk. And move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the way. Got things to do. I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. New era, I got y'all. Real game, we pop off, no knockoffs. Open eyes, we watch out. Mobilize, won't cop out. COVID-19 cops out, don't flop now. Open skies, we fly now. New agenda, they try now. Most y'all getting real scared of the headlines, we find out. End game getting real near. If you don't know, you behind now. Behind the times, government hide behind the lines. Most brands trying to monetize. All of us have to stay inside, don't socialize. Talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the way. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
I'm afraid I'm self-diagnosing myself with mental illness.
Just like Tess Holiday. Let's fucking go.
I feel like I might be struggling, but I don't want to appropriate anyone's experience. Hell.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Wool Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to to the Daily Swole.
Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testicles, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 25 Hundo and 75 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and yahoos? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Today's episode, the Beastcast, is brought to you, is sponsored by Everson K2 Flexing on all you beaches.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer. It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
All right, fam, what's going on? Make sure you hit the thumbs up button on YouTube. Everyone, take a moment. You're watching live. You obviously like the show because you're here front and center. So everyone, hit that thumbs up button. It makes a huge difference. So get the like police. Takes 2 seconds. Hit that thumbs up. It looks like a thumb. And of course, make sure you share the stream and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you're just banging your ear holes, I get it. You could bang your eye holes on Spotify too. You could watch it there. But make sure that you share the stream, interact, leave a thumbs up, do all that stuff. It makes a big difference. Thank you so much for being here. And check all the show notes down below in order to join the fam over at swolenormousx.com. We have an amazing overtime segment tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, so we do have overtime. I always got to bring up this picture. Tomorrow is overtime, and it's going to be absolutely fire. We'll have a brand new driving while gaining, we hope, weather permitting. So make sure you are ready for that. So we'll have some other new edits at the minimum, but make sure you are ready for that. We've been dropping a new DWG every single week, so it should be fucking sweet tomorrow. But storming and stuff like that, so we'll see what happens. But overtime, nonetheless, with brand new edits, brand new balls deep edits, and of course, Drive While Gaining uncensored for members only. Another reason to join the fam today. And of course, this past week, we dropped some new recipes and new amazing merch, but also we have a level 1 creative flow with Alex. So that's available for members. Check your updates tab so you can get access to all, or so you can go directly to the class. It's going to be lit. And of course, we have the brand new Make America Swole design. It is Summer Swole. We are celebrating America like we do all the time, but this coming month in June and July, it's America season. You can take your pride and stick it wherever you want to. It is America season. The summer is for the stars and stripes. This is an amazing country, and everyone that lives in it can also be amazing. I would say you are amazing, but you have to earn that shit. You got to start acting. You got to start acting a little more awesome. We got to step up our game as a country. But that's why we're trying to make America swole. Now, I didn't say make America swole again because America was never swole. We've always been fucking fat. It's time to get us actually swole for the first time. Make America swole. Isn't it great? It's an awesome design. So you could wear that to your barbecues and all that great stuff. Awesome on a tank, awesome on a shirt. And we also have flags, which are fucking fire. So check it all out, papaswolio.com. Use code DailySwole for 10% off. And this coming Monday, Balls Deep for Summer Release Party. We got new announcements. We'll be dropping some new content, but also we'll make announcements for things that are dropping shortly after, because a lot of times they're big releases and they're not ready exactly on the day, but we're going to be definitely making some announcements. So Balls Deep for Summer Monday is going to be awesome. So look forward to seeing you there, 12 noon Eastern time. That being said, let's get into the tip today. And let's bust the nut open first. Put some respect on it. What'd you smash today? Drop in the comments. Let's summon the Falcon. Falcon. Let's go. Got you. Got you, Freddy. Got you, fam. If you want to get up on it, you gotta put respect on it. All right, swole gender. Swole gender. Hashtag swole, he swole, she swole, but I am swole gender. So if we can just identify as anything, of course, I like to think I embody it, but swole gender is the best gender. If we're going to make up random shit, then let's make up random shit that's actually important to be. You're not an eagle. You're not a wolf. You're not multiple people. Choose to be swole gender. If you're going to choose something that actually is good. Choose a good thing. Choose something that you shall aspire to be. All right. I'm a swole gender. Hashtag swole gender. Chance to win today's swole card. Fucking sweet. All right. Let's get into the first swole fan post. And we also have some email responses. Let's check it out. Let's get into that tip. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right. Let's see. First swole fan post is from the Telegram. And this one's from Matt. And Matt says, fam, won't lie, I didn't want to work out today. Starting week 4 of the 90-day dash was with Push Ignite. And when I woke up, I felt like shit. I didn't sleep well because I drank too much water too close to my bedtime. So I woke up constantly having to pee-pee. I added the second P in the pee-pee. Got up with my alarm feeling more worn out than Lizzo's girdle. Ooh.
You can be fat and be healthy. I'm sorry, Lizzo, healthier than I will ever be.
Oh, the smell. Can you guess what I did next? I dragged my sorry ass out to my garage and did my fucking workout. Turned out to be a solid fucking workout. I didn't rely on motivation. I relied on my fucking habits. As a wise philosopher once said, stop being a lazy beesh and go to the fucking gym. A wise swolosopher, you mean. So I twisted my nips, slapped my taint, and listened to those wise words. The moral of the story is don't be a beesh and just get it done. Hashtag go to the fucking gym. Most people don't. Healthy as Lizzo. And hashtag swolefam. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for sharing. More worn out than Lizzo's girdle. The visual. All right, fam. Now, let's get some more responses from the Swole fam and from the greater Swole fam on the email list. If you are not yet signed up for the email list, go to makeemailswoleagain.com. That's makeemailswoleagain.com and sign up for the email list. It's fucking legit. And we got a couple more responses from our fam. This one's from Andy, and Andy says, I trained to the point of throwing up during my squat session tonight. That hard enough? Did you actually throw up? That's totally unnecessary. So yeah, probably hard enough, probably too hard. Something's not right there if you're actually vomiting. Honestly, I threw up one time in college doing decline bench, and it wasn't because I was training too hard. I was just upside down and something felt wrong and I went and puked and then I felt fine. Aside from that, I don't puke during my workouts. I don't think I ever have, aside from that. Yeah, something ain't right. So definitely not a good thing. Definitely not a good thing. But it's definitely hard enough. It was too hard in that case, I would say. Okay, let's see. Glenna responded to our email. Are you really training hard? And Glenna said, love this. It can be hard to find that balance between pushing yourself and knowing when the body needs to properly recover. Thank you for hitting this topic several times on your podcast. Your knowledge is power. Thank you, Glenn. The knowledge cock is powerful. And our last one from Rodney. And Rodney said, I know that I am not. I feel it. In response to the email, are you really training hard? I know I'm not. I feel it, especially as I age. You wrote not long ago about starting your day with a workout. That has always been true for me, rise and grind. But the last couple of years, I haven't been afforded the schedule to allow it. I've suffered immensely. And I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. I wonder what your schedule is. But at the same, I mean, you could always do it first. If you have to get up super early, you can get up super earlier. But there gets to a point where it becomes unrealistic. But hopefully you can get back on that, Rodney. If you suffered immensely, this is something that's going to be a downside to your mental health and long-term physical health. So what's the trade-off? Is it really what you're doing for your work? Can you change your schedule? Can you change your job? Can you make those adjustments so you can live a better life? You're going to feel better every day. Is it worth it? Is that sacrifice worth it? Don't forget, you're not just sacrificing something with a schedule, sacrificing your health. So hopefully we can help you rectify that, Rodney, but definitely plug in, share. Maybe there's some advice that we can give. So thanks for responding, Rodney, and feel free, fam, to respond to those emails. I encourage it. Okay, let's get into some knowledge cock. If you want to join all those amazing people, again, get on the email list, link in the description, make email swole again, .com. And of course, join everyone inside the Swole fam, Swolenormous X, Swolenormous X. We have some awesome new releases coming up. Like I said, tomorrow, overtime segment after the public live stream, we go private, brand new Drive Mulgaining, brand new Balls Deep edits. And we watch some of those during the throwback segments in Balls Deep. So overtime is when we launch new ones. We drop 3 new ones. Plus we watch a throwback Drive Mulgaining and we drop a new one. It's awesome. Join us inside the Swole fam and get access to all the overtime segments. Plus we save them all so you can watch them later and over and over again until you piss yourself. You piss yourself laughing too hard. All right, let's take a call. If you want to submit a call, askpapasolio.com. Let's take our first one today from Alessandro. Alessandro, you're on the Daily Swole.
Hello, Papisolio. My name is Alessandro. I'm from Nicaragua, and I had an interesting situation here a couple of days back. So it just happens that I found some bones and organ meats here in the fridge, and I decided to make a soup out of them. I boiled some eggs and I made some veggies. And then my family asked, where are the bones and the organ meats? And I said, I made a soup out of them. They are really nutritious and stuff like that. They are a really healthy product. Bones, organ meats. We already know that. And then they replied, no, that's the food for the dog. And I said, yeah, it can be nice for the dog to have this food. It's just that, why don't you have it? Organ meats and bones, they're really healthy. Here in Nicaragua, they give it to dogs. People don't eat that here.
So that is a funny story. Everyone's like, no, that's for the dogs. Well, human food is dog food. And dog food is human food. It really just is food. It's just food. So that's the strangest thing. People act like they have to go to a certain section in their grocery store to get dog food. Nope, your dog's supposed to be eating beef too. If you're eating ground beef, give the ground beef to your dog. It's the same thing. Your dog should be eating that food too. So that's what we feed Rufus and Pinkston and Papasolio. Liver, heart, grass-fed beef, kefir, raw dairy, all the same foods we eat, the dogs eat. Same things. Dogs want meat. So yeah, it's funny. Usually Latin countries and stuff are the ones that are always eating every last thing and having the bones and salvaging everything, right? You eat everything, all the organs, use something for everything. But yeah, you can give them to the dogs. Ooh, it's raining hard. It's raining hard. Hopefully we don't lose power or internet or anything. So yeah, you can give it to the dogs too, but good for you for making a soup and stuff. Did they try it? And Alessandro's usually watching live. Did they try it or did they just talk shit? Thanks for sharing. It's strange how older generations used to eat all the organ meats because my grandparents, they grew up during the Depression. They were born in 1927 and 29. So when they were little, they remember salvaging every last thing. And you can see that in older people, in your grandparents or your great grandparents. You remember that they were always they would save and they would not spend too much money on food and they would use every last thing, or they would buy in bulk so they can get a better deal. My grandfather was always breaking down how much it was for every meal and, oh, this is XYZ per serving and such per person. It was always about the best deal. And that's because you grew up in a time when you had to penny pinch. You had to make every penny go a long way. So you would look for the best deals and you would save. And in that generation, liver and onions was a popular meal. Just grew up with liver and onions. I didn't. So it's definitely a different taste profile. It's very gamey. It's very rich, especially with liver. It's something that's so different from organ meat. And it's just, if you're not used to eating it, it's hard to enjoy the flavor. It's hard to adapt to that if you've never eaten it before. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't. So I just eat it raw and I down it. It's not like I sit there and savor the flavor. My palate isn't really on point with it either, but I still consume it. You don't need that much. Just need a couple ounces. But liver and onions, you can make it. It's all about how you prepare food. Organs is very different and unique. So organ meat is very different in terms of cooking, how you cook it, how you prepare it. So any organ in any meal will taste amazing if you know how to cook it properly. You can get one of those. We have a lot of recipes inside X. It's all about how you prepare the organs. And I don't do a lot of different cookings with different organs, but I do eat liver and heart. I have the most important ones, and bone marrow. All right, so dogs need raw food. Don't feed your dogs garbage. Don't feed your dogs plastic fucking food and that hard kibble nasty shit. That's garbage. It's like you eating potato chips all the time. Bill, Papa started doing 1 to 2 warm-up sets and 1 all-out failure set. It's amazing. I never would have thought I could lift as much as I am. So glad you suggested it. Yeah, it's the Mike Menser, Dorian Yates. I have my own spin on it. I have my own approach to it, but it's great, isn't it? It's surprising when you first start training like that, how much you actually can lift. Because when you think about it, before you would warm up and then you'd probably do 3 or 4 sets per exercise. So in your head, you're not going to absolute failure. You can't do all those sets and go to absolute failure. It's too much stress and you're just not lifting as much. So when you know that you're only doing 1 set all fucking out, you're able, especially if you're using training protocols that are more stable, you're using Smith machines or chest press machines or a Smith, right? Or for squats or a hack squat, you can actually go to failure because of the safety profile. The more stability you have in an exercise, the more force you can produce and the more to failure you can do. Yeah, it's great. It's great. You don't get as sore necessarily, and you don't have the same neurological fatigue. There's not the same type of central nervous system fatigue, so you're able to recover more efficiently. So just make sure that you are giving yourself more time. Don't train more frequently. You probably only need with that protocol to do everything. Everyone's going to do different. Everyone's going to recover differently. It depends on how much to failure or beyond that you go. Probably once every 5 days to 9-10 days, you need to train body parts. It depends. Everyone recovers differently, so it really depends. And how much volume you're doing, how many sets per body part you're doing. Because you're probably doing 1 set all out per exercise. That's different than total sets. So anyway, train hard, recover harder. Jennifer Papasoli, when doing the 90-day dash, is it possible to sub chair yoga for the Swolga? I have some mobility issues right now, but I want to start. Absolutely. Absolutely. You can swap out any kind of Swolga class with another Swolga class. You can opt for a chair yoga in the yoga studio. You can absolutely. You can also pause the class and get into a pose and do half the Swolga. So whatever you can do, you should do, and then build from there. So you could absolutely do a chair yoga instead of the Swolga. Good for you. Elijah, with my new gym membership. What's up, dude? I enjoy doing sprint intervals on the Rogue Echo bike. Would that be better before lifting, after lifting, or on a separate day? #SwoleGender. I would personally do it either after or on a separate day. I don't like doing intense stuff like that before my weight training because my weight training is intense enough. So I would recommend doing it after or on a separate day. That's what I would do personally. Okay, let's see. Frank, Sicilian people eat every part of the animal. Tripe and tongue were some of my grandparents' and great aunts and uncles' favorite ones. Yeah, I've never had tongue, but I heard it's pretty good. I wonder if I might have tongue. I feel like I might have tongue in the freezer somewhere, buried. I have some organs and stuff that's been in there for like a year or two. I don't know if I would eat it now. But I bought a bunch of organs at one time, like spleen and all these different things that I haven't actually made. And I think I prefer the standard organs, heart, liver. I don't go doing every different type of organ. Although I think it's good, I just personally don't. Sounds better in theory than in practice. I just don't like spending that much time on preparing anything. So just eating raw liver and heart, boom, 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 done. Just get it in. I don't want to sit there and make a whole fucking presentation and production with it. Oh, Frosty Balls. Weight training is like camping. It's intense. Okay. Okay, dad jokes. Good one. Good one, Frosty Balls. Good one. It's intense. Get it? Intense. Intense. Nice. Nice. Jeremy, starting week 2 of Primer Week for 90 Day Dash and got my wife to start with me. What can I do to convince her that she can do this even when the kids are home, trying to help her stop making excuses? Maybe you want to switch off. You watch the kids and let her do it, and then she could watch the kids and you do it. Or they can do it with you. I mean, if you have a bunch of kids and it can be pretty hectic, I get it. But, you know, I don't know how old they are, but it's all communication, right? I think it's just better if you switch off. That way you're taking care of them and then she can focus, and then she's taking care of them and then you could focus. Use the kids as weights, says Rebecca. So what can I do to convince her she can do this even when the kids are home? It's going to be very distracting if, you know, if they're running and jumping or doing stuff and they're young, and I guess depends on the age and the flow and the setup of where your gym is and things like that. They're 3 and 1 respectively. Oh yeah, so they need constant attention. Well, at least with the 1-year-old, it's not mobile, so 3 is going to be your challenge. I mean, I guess it depends on the space. It depends on the space, or you can get little plastic weights and give it to your 3-year-old in the corner. But, you know, luckily you have 2 parents in the household. One can watch. I mean, the 90-Day Dash program is not long, so you can switch off. And then, for example, if you're setting up the gym workout for a specific workout and then you're doing it and then she's doing it, it's already set up. So whomever starts first, the other person can jump right in. Let's see, Jeremy, with my 16-hour workday schedule, I wouldn't be able to help her with that. I've at least managed to convince her to do Swole 7. Well, that's great. That's great. There you go. Swole 7's great. I'll let everyone else comment below, but here's the thing. It's either done or it's not done. You do it or you don't. So whatever you figure out is right for you. Whatever you both can figure out. But that's why the Swollen 7s are great, because if you can string together 2 of them, that's 14 minutes. You could do 3 back to back. That's 21 minutes. You could do a 30-minute Swolga or an express yoga. So, yeah. There are a lot of suggestions. You could pay for a babysitter. Yeah, but of course, that's definitely more money. Or it could be something where you have, like, here's the thing. If it's that situation, it doesn't necessarily be like, hey, a babysitter when you're not home. It could be a younger, you know, a friend, a child of a friend of yours that comes over for an hour and watches the kids. Like, how much extra attention does it need? You know, just they need to be making sure, hey, you're not sticking your fingers in fucking outlets while you work out with your wife. So everyone's home, but it's just saying, or nap time. I don't know. Lindsay says, make a big playpen with blocks and toys. I've been working out since I had a 2-year-old. So yeah, I mean, I guess there's a bunch of different options. Just some thoughts. Germ is on the line. Germ, like Jerm. Okay. Interesting name.
Hello, Papa Swolio.
What's up, Ish?
I got a question. What is your ab workout? Yeah, that's about it. Bye-bye. I love you.
Hi, Poppy, I love you. Thank you so much for the question. I love you too. My ab workout. I don't do a lot of targeted abs. I used to do it a lot. I don't. Hanging leg raise. Just make sure when you're doing abs, abdominals need full stretch, just like any other muscle. So if you're doing sit-ups or you're doing like you're arching back, make sure you do it on a ball or something rounded so you can really get full extension with your spine. You could also do that with your leg raises. Just make sure when you're doing your leg raises, I love hanging leg raises, make sure you're rounding your spine, you're getting flexion. So that's very effective to make sure that you're getting full spinal mobility. Also, kettlebells are great. Turkish get-ups and things of the like. I also do things like windmills and other stuff, but I don't do a lot of focused abdominal work. But usually maybe a couple times a week I have one of those portable, I got it for this reason. It was a Rogue. It's a kind of GHD that you put on a box. It's like a pad. So I got that pad because it's rounded and it's really great for arching and rounding for abdominal work. So I put it next to our stretching ladder, the bars on the wall, the stall bars, and I have the box and I can arch back and get that full stretch. Just make sure you're getting extension and flexion with the spine. If you're just doing leg raises and you're not rounding your back, you're just getting hip flexor work. There's nothing wrong with doing hip flexor work. You're just not really hitting your abs. Yeah, decline bench crunches can work with weight, can really stretch you out. Yeah, but as long as you're putting something right, you're getting that extension with your spine. Yep. And if you want to integrate movement in general, I would start with yoga. You don't need to be crushing your abs every day. You don't need to crush it to the point of, immobility. Did that fall down? Hold on a second. Oh, there's no card there. It must have fallen. There we go. All right. There we go. All right, let's take a couple. We got another question or two. If you have more live questions, hashtag ask Papa Swolio. Did I close those? Oh, goodness gracious. I closed all the questions. All right. Could have sworn I opened them. All right, dope. This one's from Rajab PVT. Papa Swolio, what age should you start going to the gym? I mean, you could train at any age, but to do like focused overload training, I would say when you're early teens. Can you lift some weights and do some stuff and learn proper form when you're 8, 9, 10, 11 if you have a parent that trains? Sure, but just don't push to failure. Don't do a lot of volume. You're not crushing yourself. You shouldn't be. Your bones are still developing. You don't need to go super heavy with resistance. It's better to do more free play, climbing trees, climbing ropes, bending, twisting. Okay. All right. Hossein. JHR. Is it good to be a boxer? Is it good to be a boxer and go to the fucking gym 2 times a day? I think it's a little bit low. I don't know what you mean, bro. 2 times a day or 2 times a week? Are you considering the boxing going to the gym? Like, what are we talking about here? I can't answer that question because it doesn't make sense. I mean, going to the gym twice a day is unnecessary. Unless you're doing a resistance training day and then you're doing some yoga later. But doing weight training twice a day is unnecessary. And probably not recommended either. We have a post here. This probably got mixed up. But this is from the Swole fam. So I'm just going to put this here because it's a good story. From Ariel. Hello, my name is Oriel. I am 20 years old and from Massachusetts, currently 5'3" between 170 pounds and 175. Started my fitness journey when I was 16. My heaviest weight was 190. After about 2 years, went down to 140, doing a lot of walking and body weight training. Then I discovered weightlifting. I noticed less scale weight dropping, but looser fitting clothes and more visible muscle. Got up to 155 after about a year and decided to try to gain muscle and purposely put on weight. And within the past year, got to about 180, and I'm very happy with the progress. Now I am back to losing the fat while also lifting heavy. I've been listening to the Daily Swole since July 2022. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I noticed I got stuck in with the Ask Papa Swolio question, so didn't want to let that leave you hanging, Oriel, so welcome, welcome. Ay de Cristo. Papa Swolio, can I build muscles after 40? I sure fucking hope so, because I'm going to be 40 this year. The answer is yes. It's enough protein, calorie surplus, making sure you're lifting heavy. You can build muscle when you're 80, just not as much as when you're 40. So absolutely. Absolutely. It's V3R. Please give tips for my chest. It's growing outwards. Okay. I don't even... Someone tell me how to answer that question. Lincoln Elf? Do you like climbing? Like rock climbing? I mean, I don't, but it's cool. Okay. Alia A. And plus with, Chat GPT and AI and stuff, are these real people? Are these real people? We don't know anymore. What should I eat on a rest day? Active recovery day, you mean? Eating the same real foods that you would eat on a training day. Alvin NZW, Papa Swolio. How many hours of exercise is needed in a day, Papa Swolio? Depends on your goals, your experience, and your training split and your frequency. So if you're training intensely, you don't need more than like half an hour if you're doing it properly. But everyone's different. Okay. Let's see. Bill, Papa Swole, I'm having such a hard time gaining weight. I eat 4,000 calories a day, 2 pounds of grass-fed beef, 1 to 2 sweet potatoes, including raw cheese, lots of yogurt and dairy. I have a physical job as well. How are you calculating that? Are you actually consistent? Are you actually literally eating 4,000, or is that approximate? Are you measuring every time you're eating? If you have a hard time gaining weight, you're not eating enough. I find it hard to believe that you're eating 4,000 and not gaining. Just saying. But how accurate are you measuring these things? It sounds like you're eating plenty. If you're not gaining weight, remember you want to build muscle. It's not about just gaining weight and fat, but if you're not gaining at all, and over what period are you measuring this? How are you quantifying this? When are you weighing? Or how are you measuring this? How long you've been doing this? Et cetera, et cetera. Are you are you lifting? I think you were saying that you were lifting. You're the one that was saying that you were doing the one. You just started doing the one set. A lot of people dramatically overestimate how much they're eating, or it's just physics, right? If you're not gaining, you're not eating enough. I'm looking bigger, but still in the low 170s. I mean, whatever you're doing. So if you're not, like, how long have you been eating? Like, again, how accurate is this? Is this approximate? You think you're eating 4,000? Are you weighing everything? And it's very specific. So, figure that out. And, if you're really plateauing, then eat more. Then go to 4,350. Go to 4,200, 43. Remember, it's a slow process. If you don't want to put on too much fat, you don't want to jump up to like 5,000 because you'll put on fat quickly. Bry, how much do you base your persona on Owen Benjamin? I have no fucking idea who that is. Should I? I don't even know who that is. So let me know. So 0. But if we are similar, he sounds like an awesome person because I'm awesome. I don't know who that is, honestly. But let me know in the comments. Sounds like a very important thing for me to categorize in my brain. Okay, let's see. Tyler, do you have a recommendation on a good quality of argan oil? Aragon. Lord of the Rings oil? Argan oil for beard and hair. No, I don't have any recommendations. I would just get like an organic argan oil, if there is such a thing as organic. Argan oil, ARGAN. That's fine. And if you want to, mix that with the jojoba oil. It's a good blend. A lot of beard oils are just argan oil and jojoba oil. Jojoba's my shit, but I have one that's just a blend of both. He's a conspiracy theorist? Well, what does that mean? Because being called a conspiracy theorist nowadays is a compliment. So let's stop using that term because it's always a conspiracy until it's proven true. So I'm not saying everything. I'm not saying lizard people is true. But I don't, oh my God, he's a conspiracy theorist. People throw around that term a lot these days. Let's put it that way. Jennifer, would jojoba oil be good for minimizing scars? I don't think so. Wouldn't that be retinol? That's Mama Swolio's division. She'll know more about that. I don't think it would be good for minimizing scars. I don't know if there's any properties. It might be, it's good for your skin, but I don't know about minimizing scars. But if you're in the Swole fam, make sure you go to your Get Started series and go to the Swolenormous Beauty Chat. Bry, he also uses the term Papa for his community. Okay. He is the Papa? No, I am. I don't know how long he's been, I don't know who he is or what he's been doing, but we've been here for quite some time. So no, the answer is 0. I've never even heard of the person. But good for him. There's something for everyone out there. Let's see. Oh, he's a flat earther. Oh, he's one of those. Oh, so you're talking. All right. There's conspiracy theorists, and then there's stupid people. So there's conspiracy theorists and there's idiots. So, the flat earthers. Right. If that's the case, again, I don't know who that is, so I'm just talking based off what you're dropping in the comments. Does he burp like that in his live streams? If not,
we choose truth over facts.
He's got to step it up. Eric, the earth isn't flat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to... Oh, well, we have some updates. Alan says, lizard people are real. Wife wakes up like a real alligator most days. So, be careful, Alan. Be careful. Oh, look at the tainty man. Wait, look at the tainty man. What's he doing?
Aww.
Good form.
I gave it a 10. A 10. A fucking 10.
All right. So he's busy. Good form, brother. Good form. Church is just not giving a fuck. Can we get a I got hairy legs from Joe Biden? We can.
I got hairy legs.
We can. All right. Michael, can we stick to the original conspiracy, like who killed JFK? Ah, you mean the CIA? Uh-oh, they're coming for me. They're coming for me.
Attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
The sizzle-izzle A. All right, let's see. Oh, the tainty man. Oh, tainty boy. Go sleepies. Go sleepies. Stop trying to get all the attention. No one cares. All right, let's get into some balls deep shit, fam.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! That's deep.
Okay, well, we got some nice juicy updates. So a lot of you know that we were talking yesterday or the last couple days, we're talking about Target, and obviously Target's going the way of Bud Light. They think they might have skirted the issue, but not. They shot themselves right in their taint, and
boys have a penis,
the Swole
girls
fam
have vagina.
And real Americans have realized that where you spend your money actually matters. So when a company does some stupid fucking shit, and again, tries to push pedophilia, you can start canceling them. You can stop purchasing and buying shit from these fucking companies like Adidas, like North Face, which we'll talk about, but of course, Target. So Target loses a staggering $8.2 billion in market value in the week since backlash over trans-friendly swimwear. Presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy says retail giant has spat in the face of conservatives. I don't even think it's conservatives. I think this is a big miss in general. All the headlines are saying conservatives have already, started freaking out online. It's not conservatives only. It's people. It's Americans. It's people that have children that don't want their children subjected to this kind of gender ideology bullshit. So let's stop saying that everyone that's complaining is conservative. It's people that don't want this shit shoved in front of their children. I guarantee you it's a lot of liberal mothers and just people with children. So you have conservatives and you have liberals, but parents are going to protect their children for the most part. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of parents are not doing that, but a lot of it is just, it crosses over. So if you're a parent, bottom line, you're going to want to protect your child from most things, regardless of how it classifies, correct? So anyway, stop shopping at Target. Mama Swolio was like, oh, I love Target. Well, we're done. Yeah, we're done. She used to go to Target for certain things like the dog shampoo and stuff like that, but now we're going to go elsewhere. Very simple. And it's not making a big deal out of nothing. No, it has to it's a little bit. Remember, if everyone says, oh, fuck Target, but still shops there, well, nothing's going to change. What's going to make them change their ways? And this is why Target already removed a lot of these things from their stores. They removed them because they said there was violence or there was like threats and stuff towards employees, which I call bullshit. I've seen a lot of videos on TikTok of people just recording and the employees saying like, you have to leave. And the person's saying, you shouldn't put this in front of kids. There's no violence towards employees. There's no threats. But remember, silence is violence and words are violence. So you can say the term, oh, there was violence against employees because someone said something they didn't like. So I haven't seen any evidence, even if there was an isolated incident of physical activity, I haven't seen any evidence of actual violence against any employee or any threats or things like that. Okay. Now, the nonsense continues because if they were removing these clothes as a result of violence, then why would they remove them online? They were removed online too. They removed them from their stores online and in the stores. If there was physical violence in the stores, they could still sell it online, but they took it off because people were boycotting Target and they got a lot of backlash. I don't know why these companies are so retarded. I mean, I do know because you're hiring from these universities and people that are trained Marxists, but how stupid can you be? Bud Light just proved this. Anheuser-Busch just proved this, and they still aren't apologizing. And the CEO of Target is actually doubling down. He's like, we're removing this stuff from stores because of blah, 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 complication and threats to our employees, but we're doubling down on all this. Good. Boycott the fuck out of Target. Bye, Target. Bye-bye. Miss the Target again. Again. Target's already hurting because they let people rob their fucking stores blind, right? In Chicago and Philadelphia and California and stuff. So anyway, fuck Target, go shop elsewhere. As if Target isn't easily replaced. So another thing, what was I going to say? Target, blah, blah, blah. Target, conservatives, taking stuff offline. I forget what I was going to go with that. Anyway, Target's market capitalization has shed more than $8 billion in the past week as investors weigh the impact of conservative backlash. Again, conservative backlash. How about just backlash? I guarantee you a lot of people that are upset about this are not conservative. They're just parents that don't want their kids being subjected to, mommy, what's binding? Mommy, what's tucking? This fucking Pride Month stuff is a goddamn cult. You're gay or you're lesbian. There's no such thing as trans kids. Like, we have to start cleaning this shit up. Okay? I think it's an insult to anyone who's a lesbian or a lesbian woman or a gay man that has to be associated, right? Bisexual, there's no reason bisexual has to be involved in that. And I think it's an insult to them that you're mixing in trans with someone that is just a gay man or a gay woman. It's a cult. You know, you're gay or you're a lesbian. And then there's, separate from that, is the LGBT. The LGBTQ and all the, symbols and stuff. That's a separate cult. That's a separate ideology. It's a separate thing from someone who's just a gay man or a gay woman. And I will tell you, with all the nonsense that you're seeing in the news about how Florida is so bad, I live in Florida. And Mama Swolio is a cosmetologist. She has a lot of gay friends, and most of them are conservative. They're voting for Trump. They're not into any of this bullshit. I don't know if you know Florida or South Florida in Fort Lauderdale area. Wilton Manors is like the gay capital of South Florida. There's South Beach and stuff like that, of course, too. But Wilton Manors is like gay central. And they live in that area. There's none of this shit. There's just people living their fucking life. And most of them don't abide by any of this nonsense. Anyway, on May 17th, before the controversy, Target shares closed at 160, giving a retailer market a roughly valuation of $74.3 billion. On Wednesday, it closed at 143, down 11%, for a market cap of 66.1, down 8.2 billion. The shares dropped a further 2% early trading and sat near a 52-week low. Good, make it hurt. Make it fucking hurt. This is what these corporations will feel. They're going to pay attention to this shit. You would think Bud Light still hasn't apologized and backtracked. If Target wants to double down, guess what? They are going to absolutely fucking bomb. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going, Target. Keep it going as if there aren't other places to buy your garbage. This is why. You tell me, fam, do you need to be a conservative? If you're just listening, it's the image of a Pride Target label, and it says tuck-friendly construction, extra crotch coverage, and a tuck-friendly. You know what tuck-friendly means? It means tucking your fucking
There's
dick
tiny
between your
tuck,
legs.
typical tuck, total tuck, and the tyrannical tuck.
Tuck-friendly means you're smashing your cock and balls back between your legs to pretend like you're a woman. That's what it means. All right? This is what people are upset about. Take pride. Why? Pride is usually from something that you've earned. Again, this is like a grab for attention from people that are doing nothing but just like, I'm pride. Pride for what? Because you want to suck a dick or you want a scissor? I don't care what you do behind closed doors. That's fine. I don't care what you wear. But it's really weird. Why are you prideful about it? You might have pride about like your ancestry. You might have pride for your country. Like, why are you taking pride in something that you didn't earn? Something that doesn't take any effort. It's kind of a weird thing to take pride in, right? Just a thought. Again, I don't care what people do. Like, this is why people, right? Memorial Day is coming up. That's why that flag behind me is important. And you don't have to believe in the government and that the government is great. I think the government's a fucking mob, but that doesn't stand for what the flag is. How many people have fought and died for that flag so you can have the freedoms to say this shit? And how many people have fought and died for the freedom for me to speak out against it? People can look, that stuff, right? That story and that kind of shit can happen. But this is capitalism. This is what even though it's not a complete free market, this is what a free market capitalism should be. If a company says something you don't like, guess what? Don't buy from it. Stock's going to plummet. Maybe they'll change their ways. If not, let them fucking burn. And then guess what? Another company, or now the Daily Wire, will start making children's clothes. And then guess what? You could buy that. That's what's going to happen. Disney starts trying to manipulate and, groom your kids. Then don't go to Disney. Don't watch those movies. Don't buy Disney Plus anymore. Don't watch their shit. Go elsewhere. Watch other things. Go back and watch old movies that didn't pander to this bullshit. That's it. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. I think it's fine that Target as a company did this. I don't think it's appropriate. I don't think people should like it. And guess what? They don't. Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch, they marketed with Dylan Mulvaney, who has a massive underage audience, about drinking alcohol. So I think they're actually liable and criminally liable, probably. And it was a terrible decision. Guess what? They're paying the price for it. So they had the right to do that. But guess what? People have the right to make a better choice and go elsewhere with their money. So this is just proof. This is a good thing. It's a good thing. It's waking people up, because the problem is the left and these fucking progressives and ultra libs, they are very organized. The left, the authoritarian left, they're very organized. They're very on the same page. They'll bow at the same altar. Whatever the fucking narrative is, they will just flock instantly. Super coordinated. That's why the minority and the vocal minority is very effective. But conservatives are usually classically independent, personal responsibility. They're not really as centralized and organized, but now you're starting to see that. You're starting to see, and it's not just conservatives, it's people that don't want their children manipulated. So you're starting to see a lot of coordination and realization, hey, we have some fucking power as a people. You can make a better choice. Don't shop at Target. So if you're going out shopping, just go elsewhere. I'm not saying places like Walmart is better or Amazon. Like, they all have their downsides, you know? But every time a company shoots themselves in the fucking dick or the clit or whatever they're claiming to have down there, make them pay, make it hurt. Not physically, but hurt them where it counts, right? Hit them where it hurts. The pocketbook, the board of directors, people that hold millions of shares of fucking Target, thousands, yeah, boom. Hit that shit. All right, let's do some balls deep, fam.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Here we go. Let's do, let's just do this one. I was going to, we're going to raffle it off. Let's do this one because it's the North Face. We talked about it. We touched upon it. A lot of you know about the story. It's super cringe. So I don't know if I used to have a North Face bag. You guys remember Oakley? Remember that was like the big brand in the late 90s? Huge, right? North Face was the shit. Having a North Face backpack, I remember in high school, and they were really nice too. Really nice clothes, really nice. I think I still do have I'm not sure if it's North Face or not. Maybe it's not. Anyway, but time to cancel North Face. Here we go.
Hi, it's me, Patagonia, a real-life homosexual. And today I'm here with the North Face. We are here to invite you to come out in nature with us. Wow, this is nice. We like to call this little tour the Summer of Pride. This tour has everything. Hiking, community, art, lesbians making art. Last year, we gay sashayed across the nation and celebrated Pride across the nation with hundreds of you across the nation. This year, we're back again with 2 new stops. Atlanta, GA. Why? Because you're there. In Salt Lake City, we're coming for you.
Patty, can we go?
Of course! This year, all these fabulous speakers will be coming from inside this TV to a nature near you. So come outside and celebrate the beautiful LGHGTV community. It's pretty gay.
So, I almost feel like it's a joke. You know, it's so cringe. Doesn't that seem like an SNL skit or something it almost seems like a parody. I mean, obviously, a drag queen is literally a parody of a woman. But it's not hiding that, right? So the drag queen stuff used to be kind of like a niche thing that people would go to. Like, oh, it's fun. Oh, look, it's a man dressing like a woman, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and you'd leave. You wouldn't be trying to, promote this to children. This wouldn't be mainstream. Like, this is fucking cringe, but it seems like a joke. I mean, it is a joke, but it's hard to look at this and be like, all right, are they just really making fun of it? You know what I mean? Like, is it a serious drag queen this? It's so ridiculous. Like, this person is such a grotesque. It's gross. Like a fucking mustache. I mean, not even close. It's just gross. That's my opinion. It's fucking ugh. So anyway, yeah, North Face. So, hey, if you're looking to, I don't know, wear some material to keep you warm in the winter or whatever, now you can go elsewhere. So, I mean, the people that should be the most offended are women. Like, what the fuck is this cringe shit? Yay, we're gay. We're making outdoors. What the fuck are you talking about? Again, when you use your money is stored energy. That's what your money is. You are taking time and attention and energy in your life, and it's being funneled into this thing called money, where you can use it to buy services, pay for your rent, pay for a car, go on vacation, buy food. That's what your money represents, is your energy. That's the reason why when the government steals from you and prints money, and, you know, the Biden administration, and of course the whole monetary system, but when they're just printing trillions and fucking dollars and sending all your human energy overseas to Ukraine to fight a proxy war, they're robbing from you. So that's a whole other issue. But when you are spending money with these companies, you are voting for them. You are giving them your energy, your life that you'll never get back. That's what money is. Hey, I'm never getting this. $100 represents life of yours. It's your life energy that you'll never get back. It's priceless. It really is priceless. So anyway, inflation shouldn't exist. Inflation is a fundamental problem of the monetary system. This is why Bitcoin is far superior, but that's a whole other conversation, because inflation is theft. And giving your money to companies like this, you have to think about it like that. So spend your money elsewhere. When you give North Face $100 or Target $100, you're giving them part of your life. Yeah, probably. A lot of these companies are owned by many. North Face is owned by a massive conglomerate of fashion brands. They own Vans, Timberland, Supreme. Good. Good. Don't buy any of them. It's not that complicated, right? Good. Infectious like a virus. Don't buy Timberland. Don't buy Supreme. Don't buy Vans. That's not hard. Nothing great about those companies either. It's just a shoe or a boot or a fucking t-shirt. Go elsewhere. Just saying. Same thing with Budweiser. Don't buy all these other beers that they own. Yeah, it takes a little bit of integrity to follow through with shit like that, but it's not challenging. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of smaller businesses. Maybe this is the process where we bring everything back into the United States, right? We bring production back to small. Maybe this is the beginning of the revival of the small business in the United States, because people are going to stop buying fucking Bud Light. They're going to opt for a local independent brewery, not these major companies and these major brands that just get bought up by InBev, which is the parent company of Budweiser and everything, because they own Stella and Corona and all these other things. So buy a local brewery. You know, we get our coffee locally. I know they're not woke, whatever shit. If they are, we'll stop buying from them, but buy local. There are a lot of local craft breweries. If you have to drink alcohol, which is bad for you, then pick something that at least has some standards. Just saying, maybe this is the beginning of that. Maybe this is the beginning of those, you know, small businesses again. Right? Instead of buying North Face and buying a t-shirt that says North Face, go to papaswolio.com and cover your nips with some merch that says Make America Swole. You know, go to a local, I don't know, t-shirt vendor. There's a lot of options out there. Just saying, maybe this is a lot of smaller businesses are going to get the benefit. And there's a lot of microbreweries. If you're going to drink a beer, pick a different beer. It's not complicated. Just drink something else. But I like that one. Okay, well, find something else. But I like the jacket. There's other jackets out there. Just saying, right? Maybe this is the beginning of that. All right. We got obesity and genetics, and then we have this girl who talks like this. Remember her? She talked like this. So this one's called Obesity and Genetics.
What's in the box?
Let's see.
You are what is termed morbidly obese, I presume. I mean, people will say...
Okay, I don't know why that's too low. We're going to skip that video. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I'm not playing it. I'm pretty pissed off about that. No video should have low volume in our folder. All right, this one's called Fat is Neutral. Let's check it out.
Fat is a neutral word, and it's okay to be fat. I use fat as a word that describes myself. Just like I'm short and I have blue eyes, I'm fat. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So when people try to use fat as an insult, it just doesn't really affect me at all. Like, yeah, I know I'm fat. It's why I think that euphemisms for fat are a little bit more insulting than if someone just says fat. Like if somebody refers to me as like, oh, you're big, you're curvy. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just fat, but like that's fine.
Okay.
And of course, people are allowed to use whatever language they feel comfortable with to describe their body. Not everybody wants to be called fat, and that's...
Well, that's kind of, again...
fine.
Hold on.
But I just don't see how you can be really averse to saying fat without also believing that being fat is a bad thing. What do you think?
Averse? I'm what's her point? What's her point? I mean, forget what she said. I think I think I might agree with her with some of the things. Yeah, you're fat. You're fat. Let's use the word fat. But here's the thing, right? Not everyone wants to be called fat. It's okay. Then don't be fat. But here's where it crosses the line. You can't determine what other people say. Now, if I'm sitting on the side of the road outside a McDonald's or a Dairy Queen, and I'm just saying, hey, fatty, you're a fatty McFatterson. I'm just being an asshole, pointing at people and harassing them. I don't need to say it to them. They are fat. I'm not going to go and like try to hurt someone's feelings actively. When people are putting bullshit videos out online, yeah, you're putting it out for all to see and to respond, to comment and to discuss. So I'm going to make my own videos discussing this, but you know, I don't hate any of these individuals per se. I hate what they say, and I don't think that they should be grifting and manipulating weak-willed people and, you know, playing victims in our society. I think it's important to push back on it. But, you know, you can't control what other people say, nor should you. So you can want to be called fat. You can not want to be called fat. It's just a term that means you're more horizontal than you should be. But bottom line, if it offends you, it's probably true. If it offends you, whose fault is it for being offended? Is it the person? That person might not be a nice person, but it's still your offense. You're taking offense. Your internalization of whatever's being said, and that's you. That's not the person saying it. There's a lot of mean things in the world. There are people being executed in Iran and other countries for, you know, political, you know, speaking out against the government all the time. In China, the Uyghur Muslims, there's a lot of people that are protesting around the country and around the world. There's a lot of people starving. There's a lot of bad shit in this world. There's a lot of good shit too. So in other words, yeah, fat is a term. So whether or not you like being called fat or not, it's really not your concern. Again, the same thing with the pronouns. Notice how the pronouns are terms that are going to be used when you're not there. My pronouns are he, him. When is that used in my presence? You're talking to me. You're not going to say, oh, he. I guess you're talking to someone else. Or him. I'm going to give it to him. Well, if you're using he or him, I'm not there. So it's none of my business what terms you're using when I'm not there. It's this weird authoritarian control, kind of this narcissistic, it's all about me, self-conscious. What are you saying about me? What words are you using? Are you talking about me? Are you talking about me behind my back? So I'm going to say whatever I want about you. Maybe you don't spend time with me because you don't like what I say about you. Or maybe other people hear what I say about you and they're like, well, I don't want to spend time with him because of how he talks about that person. How's he going to talk about me? Whatever. So, I mean, but you can't control what people say. You can control how you respond to it. So that's a lesson for everyone. You can't control what things, these are things you can't control. You cannot control what other people say. You can control whether you spend time with them. You can control how you react to it, right? You can control those things, but you can't control what people say. That being said.
That's a huge bitch.
Okay, fam. Thanks for being here. Swole card time. Oh, no, wait. Wait. Throwback. Let's do this one. Remember this one? You guys remember this from the intro? This person who pretends to be a woke-tard? Okay.
I'm not going to assume your gender.
What the fuck is going on here? What the fuck is that? This is Pennywise on unemployment.
So I can imagine the ugly things that go through your mind and the thoughts. I wouldn't want to live in your head for 1 minute.
Thank God. Thank fucking God, do not live in my head. Get the fuck out of my head.
Get out of my head!
Oh my God. This is like if Jabba the Hutt was on Project Runway. What the fuck am I looking at here?
Do you go to work like that? Chad, how insensitive of you to think that I work. I am a disabled American, and you think I can get up and go to work? I don't have that privilege.
You don't have the privilege to go to work? We know you're disabled. You went full fucking Gump at some point.
You're going to sit here and say, I bet you don't even have a job.
You don't.
Well, of course I don't. I'm disabled. And you come here. And
it scared the shit. No. I'm pretty sure that person's a troll, but still, it was fun to lead into it. Obviously, like, how is that actually real? So I think it's just sarcastic or satire, but regardless.
Another example of cake gender would be if someone feels like they have different layers or flavors to their particular gender.
So I appreciate the joke. Okay. Fam, we have the Tainty Man. Aww. We also have the church. Tainty and the church, and they're all clean. They're all clean. Let's get a little belly rubs. Let's get a little belly rubs.
And that's the way, I like it. Casey on the Sunshine Band.
Let's get the belly rubs. Good girl. Good girl. We got the church. We have the Tainty Man, and they're both clean and sexy. And now let's give away today's Swole Gender card. Swole Gender. Swole Gender. Swole Gender. Jennifer W. Swole Gender. Congratulations. Congratulations. Make sure you send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 2575 in the subject, your mailing address, and the body of the email. Congratulations. Congratulaciones. That's fantastic. Rock on. Congratulations. We'll have another Swole Gender card. Don't you worry if you didn't win today. Can we get a Matt Damon?
Matt Damon.
Certainly can. We'll take some other soundboard requests. Thanks for being here today, Beaches. Love you. We'll see you tomorrow for overtime. I don't have anything from Platoon. You mean Full Metal Jacket?
I didn't know they stacked shit that high.
Hey! Hey!
I'm your Huckleberry. I built my game.
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
Lick your puss. I'll give you some privacy. Come on, respect yourself. Still going at it. You nasty. Still doing it. Still doing it. Can you stop? Hey. Can you give it a rest? Can you give it a rest? You done?
Come on, man.
Church bellesque. It's so soft and sweet.
Smooth. Very, very smooth stuff. Very classy. I'm learning a lot from you.
I like to caress rusty spoons.
Loud noises!
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
The eyes, Chico. They never lie.
I better use my strong hand.
Strong hand, that's my dick. That's my dick. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for being here.
Look at her. She looks like she's 19 years old, sitting there like a little lady in a race car.
All right, so we'll keep the conversation going inside the Daily Swole Telegram chat. Reminder, tomorrow's episode, check out the links down below. Get on the email list, makeemailswoleagain.com. Tomorrow we do have overtime right after the FEFcast. We'll do the FEFcast in the morning. And then, of course, we will have overtime. So maybe the morning, maybe around noon, we'll see. But I will text you and alert you and get on the alert list and everything. Show notes, links down below, swolenormoussex.com. Join the fam today. Overtime tomorrow, driving while gaining. It's going to be lit. We'll see you then. Peace, McGee, Deuce, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made, that's a bed that you made, that's a bed that you laid, that's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm